Hello everyone, I'm Claire Marie B and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you through my December bullet journal setup. I have a lot of coloured pens this month. This is the most coloured pens I think I've used yet. And yes, I'm going to use my trusty Tombows again, but as I've said before, you can use anything Crayola Super Tips. Any pens will work really well for this. It's all about the quality of the paper that you've got. So I'm doing my design on 160 GSM, which means no pens will bleed through, there'll be no ghosting, so I'm really comfortable with this paper. If you're new to journaling and you're finding that you're getting ghosting through your pages, have a look at the thickness of your paper rather than the pens. If I use Sharpies in this journal, absolutely it's going to go through, but usually everything else is fine. Anyway, so back to my December design. This month, this would have been a perfect picture to do with watercolours. If I was any good at watercolour painting, I think I really need to make this my 2024 New Year's resolution. I really want to get better with watercolours. There's some fantastic accounts on Instagram where people use watercolours and it just looks so good. So yeah, they've inspired me for 2024 to really try and develop my watercolour skills. This month I have picked a festive theme or holiday theme, probably more like a chilly theme for me. This is quite cold at the moment, so I really wanted to do hot chocolate, and that's what I've done. So it's a really nice big mug of hot chocolate with some like whipped marshmallow on the top. I've drawn a gingerbread candy cane and some different leaf designs in there as well. I also have cinnamon sticks and I've thrown in some biscuits. So there is literally a sugar fest going on this page. And I wish I was having this hot chocolate and the biscuits and everything right now. So I've started out by pencil drawing my design, as I always do, just in case, as soon as I hit record on the camera, I just seem to get wobbly-itis whenever I'm drawing. So I like to sketch it in advance and make sure I'm super happy. I've gone over the top of it using my Pigma Micron fine liner pens. They're a really great ink that doesn't bleed. They're not watercolour, so it means when I use these coloured pens over the top, it won't cause the ink to run or anything like that. It took me a little while to think of the shading and highlighting on this, and as you can see, I decided first of all to create a gap like a highlighted spot on the mug in the red. That's what that kind of exclamation mark is that I've left empty in the on the blank white page. You'll see in a moment I decide to colour that in. I think it was better to colour that section. It just didn't seem right, and instead I focused on doing some shadow. Shadowing is one of the things, again, that I want to improve and get better at. I think when I tried it this month, I didn't quite blend as much as I would have liked to. However, it's something to try for the next few months, isn't it, and get better at. I've decided to go for a bouncy lettering style this month, and thanks to someone who I follow on Instagram, I picked back up my Fudenosuke pen and decided to get a bit better with this. I really like the quality of the ink on this pen. I'm just not so comfortable in using it. So there we go, more things to practice. Well, I've got quite a list, haven't I, now, of what I'm going to be practicing over the coming months. I'm going to be double busy. I really enjoyed colouring in this design and drawing it. There was just something about it this month. I really like a nice bright colour and sort of juicy ink, and yeah, I just really enjoyed doing this spread, so I hope you all like it too. This month I didn't quite land on a quote page just yet, so I thought rather than have a pressure of that, I will just carry on, do my recording, and as that comes across the month, I'm sure I will then fill it in. The last section of leaves that I wanted to do, I really wanted to use pine, and I debated this for a little while about whether this was going to look good, because this had to just be freehand because of the style of the brush pen and the pine, the pine needles. I decided in the end just to go for it and include it, and I think it worked out well in the end. And that's my cover page complete. On to my calendar spread. For the calendar this month, I'm keeping it simple because I used so many colours on the first page. I wanted to carry that on into the calendar spread, and I picked 4 of those colours to carry on through this spread and colour in the different boxes for the days of the week. As I was drawing out this month, I realised that this is an absolute journaling dream for me. My days of the week, I run Monday to Sunday, and we have a journaler's dream coming up where December the 31st is a Sunday. So I'm going to have a year running from a Monday start. It really made me happy, which is so sad, isn't it? But yeah, I was super happy to realise that's what was going to happen. And it means my December weeklies, they're really easy because that's then going to run right the way up to the Sunday. I use a journal from the 1st of January onwards. Usually my weekly spreads are 7 days a week. I don't do it by month. I use the process where let me try and explain this. Hopefully this is going to be too complicated the way that I explain this. But I do 7 days a week. If I have some days of the week where there's 3 days in November and then 4 days into December, the 3 days in November would have been included in a weekly setup into December. So I put it where the most days of the week fall. But when it comes to December, because I start a new journal at the start of the calendar year, it means sometimes I do an extra spread or an extra week in December for my journaling setup so that I finish out all of the December days in this journal. And then in January, I have a bit of a different setup for my weekly spreads to include the additional days of the week that might have fallen into a December weekly spread. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know and I'll do a YouTube video about it to explain it a little bit more. Okay, on to my mission control spread and my well-being. I was so bad in November. I set up my mission control and then I promptly did not fill it in. So this month I've made it a mission and a goal to do my actual goals for the month. It's just so busy at the moment though, isn't it? And my journaling suffers when I'm really busy with work or traveling with work. And it shouldn't be like that. I really do need to prioritize the journaling because I get so much out of it from a well-being and mindfulness perspective. I'm still keeping my mission control quite streamlined and having notes and goals, and that's it at the moment. And across the rest of the page, I'm carrying on some of the decoration that I used in my cover page. For my well-being spread this month, I had the idea of carrying on the gingerbread candy canes. Every wellbeing item this month is going to be an individual candy cane. So I'm not going to add the colour to this spread right now because I wanted to do that as I filled it in across the month to show the progress. But what I'm going to do today and what I'm showing you that I've done today is draw out all of the gingerbread candy canes so you can see how I'm going to do the layout. The circles that I'm putting inside the gingerbread candy canes are for me to do a tick when I've completed the wellbeing activity, and then as I go through the month and complete those, I'll colour in the gingerbread candy canes too. And that's my wellbeing and mission control completed. On to my final spread, which as usual is a very, very simple and blank spread. This is going to be my memories page for December. I did think there might not be quite enough space in here, but never mind, we're just going to go with it and put all the lovely memories in. I'm putting a box up in the top left. This is going to keep a track of all the movies that I watch in the month and the TV series that I'm watching. I lose track sometimes of what it is that I'm watching or what series I'm on, and I find that this is a really good place to log it all to keep track of that. I then add some embellishments to this page as I go across the month. And here's my final flip through. Thank you so much for watching today. If you've enjoyed my video, please hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on those notifications so you're told of future content when I release it. Have a fantastic December. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.